Hi everyone, it's Senator Fred Akshar with an update on this year's state budget. I just finished an all-night session passing budget bills. I have to be honest, I'm ready for bed, but I wanted to make sure I could get this information to you as quickly as possible. I won't be able to hit everything in the budget in this video, and I'm not sure you'd want to hear me talk for that long anyway. So for a complete rundown of the budget, please visit my website, akshar.nysenate.gov. My priority going into this budget was to make sure Upstate was treated fairly. I don't mind a good fight if it leads to better outcome for the people back home I care about and represent. Here's a quick summary of some of the main points of this budget. We kept spending growth under 2%. The budget included record increases in school aid, permanent and substantial middle-class tax cuts, and we eventually compromised and stopped the governor and the Assembly's proposed $15 an hour minimum wage for upstate businesses. So if you want more details, keep watching. First, let's talk about school aid. As part of my first budget, we're finally eliminating the gap elimination adjustment and restored final funding cuts imposed on upstate schools in 2010. We also increased foundation aid by almost 3 times what the governor proposed. This will help schools I represent keep providing quality education for our children. Let's talk more about cutting taxes. Since being elected to represent the people of the 52nd District, I've worked hard to cut taxes and control state spending. I'm happy to report tangible results on both counts. We just passed the biggest tax cut in 70 years. A $4.2 billion personal income tax cut for the middle-class families and businesses will save the average family over $770 this year alone. We secured $3 billion in property tax relief for homeowners and seniors as part of STAR and Enhanced STAR, important property tax relief programs. Again, we also kept state spending growth under 2%. I know how hard the families, school districts, and local governments in my district work to keep their budgets in check, and we need to do the same thing in state government. Now, let's talk about the minimum wage. When I was elected in November, I pledged to the people of the 52nd District that I would fight for your interests and be an independent, energetic voice for you in Albany. I knew that fighting for upstate values would be an uphill battle in a state with a history of pushing businesses out with bad economic policies. The latest in bad economic policy for the Southern Tier was the governor and the Assembly's proposed $15 an hour minimum wage increase. Traveling the district and listening to business owners, farmers, and hardworking taxpayers alike, it was clear to me that this proposal was unacceptable to the people that I represent. $15 an hour might work for businesses in Manhattan or Brooklyn, but it doesn't work for businesses in Broome, Tioga, Shenango, and Delaware counties. This was an extremely tumultuous fight during budget negotiations. The Assembly and the governor didn't want anything less than $15 an hour for everyone. There was no way I could support a $15 an hour minimum wage for upstate businesses. My colleagues and I forced a hard-fought compromise to protect our upstate businesses from a devastating hike of $15 an hour. We halted the governor and the Assembly's $15 an hour minimum wage proposal from hurting businesses upstate. Under this compromise, the minimum wage upstate would increase slowly over 4.5 years to just $12.50 an hour. After that, it would be indexed through the Department of State in consultation with the Department of Labor. More importantly, the bill provides a safeguard that would prevent the wage from increasing should the economy take a turn for the worst. Further, we have forced the governor to suspend the Wage Board, a body that was making these decisions unilaterally and irresponsibly. Quite frankly, I'm not happy with the minimum wage upstate and the fact that it's going up at all. I fought the $15 an hour minimum wage because I believe that the true path to recovery and prosperity does not lie with overtaxation, over-regulation, and government handouts, whether it's to individuals or businesses. I'm not opposed to hardworking people earning a fair wage, but the truth is that $15 an hour would force upstate businesses to eliminate jobs. And losing jobs will prevent many people from earning any kind of wage at all. I was elected to do a tough job. I hoped it would be easier to get everything we wanted for our district. But when we're dealing with 62 senators, and 150 assembly members representing 19 million people, you're not going to get everything that you want. I wasn't elected to take the easy way out and sit on the sidelines. I was elected to do everything in my power to fight for the best outcome for the people of our community. And I'm not done. I'm just getting warmed up. We need to do more for businesses. We're still at the bottom in terms of business climate, and this is unacceptable. We still need to repeal the 18A energy surcharge. We need to extend the STAR property tax rebate to small businesses. We need to reduce unnecessary red tape and regulations. We need to reform workers' compensation. As your state senator, I'll keep fighting. I'm fired up. There's a lot more to this year's budget, so please visit akshar.nysenate.gov to read more details. Thanks for hanging in there with me till the end, and I hope to see you out in the district.